Hello, I'm Stuart Ransom, and I am so happy you joined me in this course. I have been teaching English for many years in the classroom, and it is my pleasure to help you with your English skills. This course is for students who are at the intermediate level or above in their English proficiency. It aims to provide you with the skills to understand and use many of the reduced forms that you hear native English speakers use every day. For example, I should have had a cup of coffee this morning. That sentence uses two different reduced forms. Shoulda is not an English word. It is a reduced form of should have. Cuppa, as in the sentence, I should have had a cup of coffee this morning. Cuppa is also not an English word. It is a reduced form of cup of. You will learn many different words that get reduced. And in the next section, you will learn about English rhythm and word stress. You will also learn about content words and function words, which often get reduced. You will also learn about putting stress on a word and how it can change the meaning of a sentence. In the third section, we dive right in and learn many of the reduced forms that are commonly used among native English speakers. So let's get started. Let's talk about rhythm. Music has rhythm. And just as music has rhythm, English also has rhythm. In fact, all languages have rhythm, but not all use it in the same way. But what do we mean when we say that English has rhythm? What this means is that as we speak, we alternate between stressed and unstressed syllables. English rhythm requires that we use length and loudness to distinguish the more important words of a sentence. It is the stressed syllables which last longer, while unstressed syllables are shorter and quicker. The stress usually falls on syllables within content words. Remember, when we put stress on a word, we lengthen it, we say it louder, and we may even raise the pitch of our voice a little bit. We stress the most important words in a sentence, the ones we want to emphasize. These are the content words. Function words are usually unstressed. We will talk more about what function words are later on, but it is these words that get reduced when we speak, so function words will be the main focus of this course. As you recall, all languages have rhythm, but rhythm is not used in the same way among all languages. When talking about rhythm in language, we can divide languages into two groups: syllable-timed languages and stress-timed languages. In syllable-timed languages, the rhythm is fairly regular, and each syllable lasts about the same length of time. Examples of syllable-timed languages are Spanish, French, Japanese, and Korean. Languages in which syllables are not given the same length of time and stress are called stress-timed languages. English is a stress-timed language. Other examples of stress-timed languages are German, Russian, Swedish, and Norwegian. But let's look at some examples of how we use stress in English. Close the window in the bedroom. Notice these words here, close, window, and bedroom, are the most important words in the sentence. These are the words that give the sentence meaning. And so we put stress on that. We lengthen the vowels. We might say the word a little bit louder. And even the pitch of our voice might be a bit higher than the other words in the sentence. Close the window in the bedroom. What do you need? Okay, so here the stress is placed on the word what and need. It's louder, it's longer, and the pitch of my voice is just a little bit higher. What do you need? I need to buy some shoes. Here the stress is on need, buy, and shoes. I need to buy some shoes. Jane tried to feed Tim dog biscuits. Now here the stress is on tried and dog. Jane tried to feed Tim dog biscuits. How we place the stress and which word receives the most stress in our sentence can often change our meaning. For example, in this sentence, the stress is on Mary. And so I say it as Mary gave her dog biscuits. Mary gave her dog biscuits. When I say the name Mary, I say it louder and longer, and my voice is higher. And I stress Mary because I want to emphasize who is giving her dog biscuits. It's not Jane, it's not Mike, it's not Tim, it's Mary. Mary gave her dog biscuits. The next sentence is the same. However, the stress is now on the word her. I want to emphasize who is receiving the dog biscuits. Mary gave her dog biscuits. So her is pronounced longer, louder, and with a higher pitched voice. Here again we have the same sentence, but the stress is now on the word biscuits. Mary gave her dog biscuits. I want to emphasize what her dog is receiving. Mary gave her dog biscuits. Mary gave her dog biscuits. Let's talk more about function words, those words that often get reduced in spoken English. Function words have grammatical meaning. This means that they have a support function showing relationship between other words. Function words are usually unstressed. Later I will show you examples of when you would want to stress a function word. Here are some examples of function words. And the parts of speech that are most often used as function words are articles such as a, an, the, auxiliary verbs am, is, are, has, will. Short prepositions are function words in, on, to, for, at. Conjunctions and, but, so, or. Relative pronouns such as who, that, which. And personal pronouns I, you, he, them. Sometimes function words are stressed. And the reason for this is because, as I showed you earlier, where we put the stress on a sentence can often change its meaning. And sometimes we want to emphasize the function word. For example, put your bag on the table, not under it. On and under are prepositions, and as you saw earlier, prepositions are function words and are generally unstressed. However, because I want to emphasize where to put the bag, I put stress on those function words. Put your bag on the table, not under it. Here's a question. Do you want to go to Spain or Germany? Now, I'm giving a choice here. You can either go to Spain or Germany, but not both. But I want to go to both places, so I answer, I want to go to Spain and Germany. The word and is a conjunction, and it's one of the function words. However, I'm putting the stress on it to emphasize that I don't want to have to choose between Spain or Germany. I want to go to both places. So I answer, I want to go to Spain and Germany. Earlier, I showed you how function words can be stressed according to the meaning that we want to say in our sentence. However, most of the time function words are reduced. So let's look at how function words can be reduced when we're speaking. For example, I could have had a sandwich for lunch. Now, let's pronounce each of these words as your dictionary might tell you to pronounce them. I could have had a sandwich for lunch. I could have had a sandwich for lunch. Now, this is a very clear way of speaking, and there is little chance that you would misunderstand me. However, as English is a stress-timed language, we put stress on the content words while function words are unstressed. In natural speech, the unstressed function words are often reduced, which means that certain consonants and vowels may be dropped, changed, or combined with other words. Let's look at this sentence in reduced form. I could have had a sandwich for lunch. These words here, coulda and hadda, are not real English words. I've written them like this to illustrate how the function words could have and hadda get reduced in natural speech. I could have had a sandwich for lunch. Reducing function words make them easier and faster to say, and allows you to put more stress on the content words. In the remainder of this course, I will not be writing the reduced forms in this way. There is a better way to show pronunciation, and that is with the International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA. These symbols here represent the sounds of coulda and hadda. These are written in IPA format. If you are not familiar with IPA, that's okay. You will become familiar with the symbols as we go through the course, and I will explain them as we go along. In this word, coulda, we have the letter K, which we know is pronounced K, and then this symbol here represents the sound like in book, and could, We have the letter D, and this upside down E is actually called a schwa, and it has an sound. Coulda. We know the letter H. This symbol here, which looks like the letter A and E stuck to each other, is representing the sound ah, like in sandwich, and have, and had. The letter D, that's the same, like in dog, d. And then here's our schwa again. And so this would say coulda, hadda. And when we say this sentence, we tend to say these words faster. The function words are said shorter and faster than the content words. I coulda had a sandwich for lunch. I coulda had a sandwich for lunch. I coulda had a sandwich for lunch. Let's look at some prepositions and how we might reduce them in our speech, beginning with the word at. But before we get into that, I want to explain citation form. Citation form is the way we would speak if we were to pronounce each word exactly as you would find the words in your dictionary. Very clear and very precise. For example, John is at work. Every word is pronounced very clearly. John is at work. That is citation form. But when we are speaking, normally we don't speak in citation form. We use reduced form. We already talked about this symbol, which is pronounced a, and we have the letter T, which, as you know, is pronounced t. However, in reduced form, we would say this sentence, John is at work, as John is at work. John is at work. At, in reduced form, uses the schwa, and so the schwa plus the T sounds like ut. And this is often combined with the word is when they are taken together. So we say, is it? Is it? So repeat after me. John is at work. John is at work. More slowly. John is at work. John is at work. Now let's look at the preposition for. In citation form, we have the sentence, I've been here for a long time. I've been here for a long time. Okay, repeat after me. I've been here for a long time. In IPA, we would spell for like this. This, what looks like to be a backward C, plus the R, is pronounced in American English as or. And so we say for. I've been here for a long time. But in reduced form, for sounds more like And when combined with we would say furra. And so our whole sentence would sound like, I've been here for a long time. Furra. So repeat after me. I've been here for a long time. I've been here for a long time. I've been here for a long time. Let's look at the preposition of. In citation form, we have the sentence, would you like a cup of tea? Okay, repeat after me. Would you like a cup of tea? Would you like a cup of tea? In IPA format, of looks like this. The upside down V is pronounced like such as in cup. And then we have the V. So we say of. However, in reduced form, we often leave off the sound of the V. And we just use the schwa, And this, combined with the word cup, we have cuppa. And altogether, would you like a cup of tea? Would you like a cup of tea? Repeat after me. Would you like a cup of tea? Would you like a cup of tea? Would you like a cup of tea? I want to continue our discussion of the preposition of. Here in citation form, we have a sentence, could I have a couple of eggs? Could I have a couple of eggs? And again, we have of written in IPA format. However, there is a difference in how we reduce the preposition of when the word that comes after begins with a vowel. And in this sentence, the word begins with E, and we do not drop the V sound when the following word begins with a vowel. However, there is still a change in that we're not saying but we're using the schwa sound, which is more of a However, when combined with couple, we say it quickly all together. Couple of. So repeat after me. Could I have a couple of eggs? Could I have a couple of eggs? Could I have a couple of eggs? Okay, let's look at some conjunctions and how we might reduce those in our speech. We're going to start with the word and. Now, in citation form, we have this sentence. He was jumping up and down. He was jumping up and down. Repeat after me. He was jumping up and down. He was jumping up and down. In citation form, the word and is spelled like this. The symbol sounds like a. We have the letter N, N, and the letter D, and. However, in reduced form, and is pronounced un. And combined with up, it sounds like upp'n. He was jumping up and down. Repeat after me. He was jumping up and down. He was jumping up and down. Now let's look at the conjunction or. We have this sentence in citation form. Would you like soup or salad? Would you like soup or salad? Repeat after me. Would you like soup or salad? In citation form, or is spelled like this. However, in reduced form, the word or is spelled with the schwa and the letter R to sound like rather than or. And when we say it quickly with the word soup, it sounds like super. Would you like super salad? Repeat after me. Would you like super salad? Would you like super salad? Now we're looking at a sentence that uses the word as twice. Run as fast as you can. Repeat after me. Run as fast as you can. Run as fast as you can. The word as in IPA format looks like this. This symbol sounds like a, and then we have the letter Z, which is z, as. In IPA format, in reduced form, as is written with the schwa, which sounds like and then we have z. So as becomes uz. And when combined with the words run and fast, it sounds like runners. And fast, we drop the T sound and combined with uz, sounds like fasses. So when we're speaking rather quickly, reduced form will sound like run as fast as you can. Run as fast as you can. Okay, repeat after me. Run as fast as you can. Run as fast as you can. Run as fast as you can. Now let's look at the conjunction because. In citation form, we have this sentence. I'm yawning because I'm tired. Repeat after me. I'm yawning because I'm tired. Because in IPA format looks like this. This symbol is I, B, and then this, what looks like a backwards C, is ah. Because. I'm yawning because I'm tired. However, in reduced form, we don't say because. It's reduced to 'cause. I'm yawning 'cause I'm tired. Repeat after me. I'm yawning 'cause I'm tired. I'm yawning 'cause I'm tired. I'm yawning 'cause I'm tired. Let's look at some articles now, beginning with the word a. In citation form, we would say, I put the pens in a box. Repeat after me. I put the pens in a box. I put the pens in a box. In IPA format, the word a would be spelled like this, with E and I. A. I put the pens in a box. In reduced form, we don't say a. We would use the sound of the schwa, which is the upside down E, And when we combine that with the word in, we just say inna. I put the pens in a box. I put the pens in a box. Repeat after me. I put the pens in a box. Now let's look at the article an. We have in citation form, take an umbrella with you. Repeat after me. Take an umbrella with you. Take an umbrella with you. In IPA format, we have this symbol pronounced a and the letter n, an. Take an umbrella with you. In everyday speech, we do not say an. We reduce that to a schwa and the letter n to pronounce it as un. And when it's combined with the word take, we say taken, taken. Take an umbrella with you. Repeat after me. Take an umbrella with you. Take an umbrella with you. Take an umbrella with you. Now let's look at the article the. I've included this article not because it gets reduced, but because of two different ways of pronouncing this when we are speaking. Let's look at this sentence. I want to see the doctor. Repeat after me. I want to see the doctor. I want to see the doctor. The word the in IPA begins with this symbol here, which is the TH sound that we make when we're also using our voice. The. Okay? And then we use the schwa. The. And even when we're speaking quickly, we still say the. I want to see the doctor. I want to see the doctor. But I've included this word here because I want to show you how the word the changes depending on the word that comes after it. Here we have the word doctor, and we pronounce this word the. But look at what happens to our pronunciation if the word after the begins with a vowel, such as the word end. Then we aren't using this pronunciation, the. Instead, we're saying the. And in this sentence, we would say, stand at the end of the line. Very slowly, stand at the end of the line. Do you see how the pronunciation changes depending on the word that comes after? If the word after begins with a vowel, we say the. If it begins with a consonant, such as in the word line, we say the. Stand at the end of the line. And even when we're speaking quickly, we still use the same pronunciation. Stand at the end of the line. Repeat after me. Stand at the end of the line. Stand at the end of the line. Stand at the end of the line. Now let's look at the be verbs and how we reduce those in our daily speech. We'll begin with the word am. In citation form, we have this sentence. What am I going to do today? Repeat after me. What am I going to do today? In citation form, the word am looks like this. The symbol a plus the letter m, am. What am I going to do today? Now, when we are speaking, we don't say am. We reduce that. Am is spelled like this, with the schwa and the letter m to sound like not am, but And when that's combined with what, the letter T in what sounds like D, and we say whatum, whatum. What am I going to do today? Repeat after me. What am I going to do today? What am I going to do today? What am I going to do today? The next be verb is. And in citation form, we have this sentence. What is he going to talk about? Repeat after me. What is he going to talk about? What is he going to talk about? In reduced form, is doesn't really change. However, when it's combined with the word what, the letter T becomes the sound of the letter D. And we say, what is? What is? What is he going to talk about? Repeat after me. What is he going to talk about? 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 The next be verb that we are looking at is the word are. In citation form, we have this sentence. What are you doing? Repeat after me. What are you doing? What are you doing? In IPA format, the word are looks like this. And so we say, what are you doing? However, we don't say it like that in reduced form. In reduced form, are is simply written as a schwa and sounds like And when combined with what, the T at the end of what sounds like the letter D, and we say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Repeat after me. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Now we're going to be looking at some auxiliary verbs and modals, beginning with the word have. We have this sentence in citation form. He should have been home by now. Repeat after me. He should have been home by now. He should have been home by now. The word have in IPA format looks like this. We have the letter H and the symbol a plus the letter V. Have. However, in reduced form, we combine the word should and have together. We drop the sound of V, and the sound A becomes as the schwa, which is pronounced And so we have the word shoulda, which is a combination of should and have. Shoulda. This symbol right here is pronounced sh. It's the SH sound in English. Sh. And with the schwa, shoulda, shoulda. He should have been home by now. Repeat after me. He should have been home by now. He should have been home by now. Now let's look at the word has. We have the sentence, what has he accomplished today? Repeat after me. What has he accomplished today? What has he accomplished today? The word has in IPA format looks like this, with the letter H, the symbol that sounds like A, and Z, Z, has. In reduced form, has becomes uz, with the schwa and the letter Z. We do not pronounce the letter H, uz. And when it's combined with what, the T sounds like D, and altogether it sounds like what is. What is. What has he accomplished today? Okay, repeat. What has he accomplished today? What has he accomplished today? Now let's look at the word had. In citation form, we have the sentence, I wish I had known about the party. I wish I had known about the party. Repeat after me. I wish I had known about the party. The word had, we have the letter H, and then this symbol in IPA for A and the letter D, D. I wish I had known about the party. In reduced form, we drop the sound of the H, and combined with I, we would just say I'd. I'd. However, when we speak, we don't blow the air after the sound of the word D. We don't say D, D. We just say I'd. I'd. I wish I'd known about the party. Repeat after me. I wish I'd known about the party. I wish I'd known about the party. I wish I'd known about the party. Let's continue on with the auxiliary verbs and modals with the word do. We have the sentence, what do you want to do? Repeat after me. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? The word do in IPA is written like this. The letter D, pronounced D, and the letter U, which in IPA is pronounced U. Do. What do you want to do? However, in reduced form, do becomes D, D, written with the schwa, D. And when combined with what, we change the T sound of T and we change it to the D sound, D. Whata, whata. What do you want to do? Repeat after me. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Now let's look at the word does. We have a sentence. Where does she work? Okay, repeat. Where does she work? Where does she work? Does in IPA uses that upside down V, which sounds like like in cup. And we have D, D, and Z, Z. Does, does. In reduced form, we do not say, where does she work? Instead, we might just pronounce the Z, Z. And when combined with where, we would just say, where's. Where's she work? Where's she work? Okay? So repeat after me. Where's she work? Where's she work? Where's she work? Let's look at the word did. This is often reduced when we're speaking. We have this sentence in citation form. What did he say to you? Repeat. What did he say to you? What did he say to you? But when we reduce our speech, what did he say to you? What did he say to you? Okay, let's try that. Repeat. What did he say to you? What did he say to you? Okay, let's look at the word can. We have the sentence, let me see what I can do. Okay, repeat. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. In citation form, in IPA, can is spelled like this. We have the letter K, K, this symbol, A, and then the letter N, can. Let me see what I can do. In reduced form, we don't say can. Rather, the A sound becomes the schwa, So we say, let me see what I can do. Can. Let me see what I can do. Okay, repeat. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. Now let's look at the word will. We have a sentence, I don't know if it will rain. Okay, repeat. I don't know if it will rain. I don't know if it will rain. Will in IPA is spelled like this. But when we reduce our speech, will, we don't pronounce the W, and we just use the schwa and the L to say ul. It becomes id. The T sounds like D. And we put it together, it will becomes it'll. It'll. I don't know if it'll rain. Okay, repeat. I don't know if it'll rain. I don't know if it'll rain. I don't know if it'll rain. Now let's look at the word would. We have the sentence, that would be great. Repeat after me. That would be great. That would be great. In IPA, we have W and then this symbol, which sounds like and then D. Would. Would. That would be great. But when we speak using reduced forms, would, the letter W is dropped, and the sound becomes the short schwa, which is This word that in IPA looks like this. When we combine ud with that, the T in that sounds like a D, and we say that'd, that'd. That'd be great. Okay, repeat. That'd be great. That'd be great. And quickly, that'd be great. Now let's look at expressions that use the word to, with the first one being going to. We have the citation form for the sentence, are you going to go to the party? Okay, repeat after me. Are you going to go to the party? Are you going to go to the party? Now the words going to in IPA look like this. This symbol here is the NG sound at the end of going. Going. In reduced form, we do not say going to. Instead, we pronounce those words together as gonna. Gonna. Are you gonna go to the party? By saying gonna, you can say going to much faster and easier. Are you gonna go to the party? Okay, repeat after me. Are you gonna go to the party? Are you gonna go to the party? Are you gonna go to the party? Now let's look at expressions with the words want to. In citation form, we have the sentence, I want to go home. Repeat after me. I want to go home. I want to go home. In IPA format, want to looks like this. But in reduced form, we do not say want to. Instead, we say wanna. Wanna. I wanna go home. Repeat after me. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. Now let's look at the words have to. We have the sentence, we have to wait for them to arrive. Repeat. We have to wait for them to arrive. In IPA format, have looks like this, and the word to. Have to. But in reduced form, we don't say have to. Instead, the oo in to becomes and together we say have to. Have to. We have to wait for them to arrive. Repeat after me. We have to wait for them to arrive. We have to wait for them to arrive. And quickly, we have to wait for them to arrive. Now let's look at the words have got to. I have got to study for the exam. Repeat after me. I have got to study for the exam. I have got to study for the exam. Have got to in IPA format looks like this. Have got to. In reduced form, we would combine all of these words, I have got to, and just say, I've gotta, I've gotta, I've gotta. I've gotta study for the exam. Repeat. I've gotta study for the exam. I've gotta study for the exam. I've gotta study for the exam. Now let's look at has got to. We have the sentence, Jenny has got to stop doing that. Repeat. Jenny has got to stop doing that. Jenny has got to stop doing that. Has got to looks like this in IPA. Has got to. But in reduced form, has becomes uz with the schwa, which sounds like uz. And we combine that with got to, but instead of the oo in to, we say and we make t. And altogether, uz gotta. Jenny has gotta stop doing that. Jenny has gotta stop doing that. Repeat. Jenny has gotta stop doing that. Jenny has gotta stop doing that. Now let's look at could have. Here we have the sentence, I could have studied more. Repeat after me. I could have studied more. I could have studied more. Here is how could have looks like in citation form using IPA. But in reduced form, we reduce it to coulda. Coulda. I could have studied more. Repeat. I could have studied more. I could have studied more. Now let's look at would have. We have the sentence, she would have told you the secret. She would have told you the secret. Repeat after me. She would have told you the secret. Would have looks like this in IPA. Would have. In reduced form, we do not say would have. We say woulda. Would stays the same, but have is reduced to the schwa and sounds like woulda. She woulda told you the secret. Repeat. She woulda told you the secret. She would have told you the secret. She would have told you the secret. Okay, now let's look at the words must have. In citation form, we have the sentence, "The animals must have been very hungry." Repeat. The animals must have been very hungry. The animals must have been very hungry. Must have in IPA looks like this. The upside down V is pronounced and so we say must have, must have. However, in reduced form, must have becomes musta. The animals must have been very hungry. Repeat after me. The animals must have been very hungry. The animals must have been very hungry. The animals must have been very hungry. Now let's look at some pronouns and possessive adjectives, beginning with the word you, and see how these are reduced. We have the sentence in citation form, "Do you want to go with me to the concert?" Repeat. Do you want to go with me to the concert? Do you want to go with me to the concert? The letter J is used in IPA format to represent the sound of Y in English, y. Do you want to go with me to the concert? Often in reduced form, we don't say you. Instead, the oo sound in you becomes as represented by the schwa, So this is pronounced y, y. Do you want to go with me to the concert? Repeat. Do you want to go with me to the concert? Do you want to go with me to the concert? Now let's look at the pronoun he. We have the sentence, "Is he going to be here today?" Repeat. Is he going to be here today? Is he going to be here today? But in reduced form, we drop the sound of the H, and combined with is, we say is he. We just say E for he. Is he going to be here today? Repeat. Is he going to be here today? Is he going to be here today? Now let's look at the pronoun him. We have the sentence, "We need to give him more time." Okay, repeat. We need to give him more time. We need to give him more time. But when we reduce the word him, we drop the H sound and we just say im. And when that's combined with the word give, it sounds like give 'em, give 'em. We need to give him more time. Okay, repeat after me. We need to give him more time. We need to give him more time. Now let's look at the pronoun her. We have the sentence, tell her I need to see the report. Repeat after me. Tell her I need to see the report. Tell her I need to see the report. In IPA, the symbol looks like this for her. But when we are reducing her, we don't pronounce the H. And we just say And when it's combined with tell, we say teller. Tell her I need to see the report. Tell her I need to see the report. Repeat after me. Tell her I need to see the report. Tell her I need to see the report. The next word we're going to look at is the word them. Here we have a sentence, tell them to wait for me at the airport. Tell them to wait for me at the airport. Repeat after me. Tell them to wait for me at the airport. Tell them to wait for me at the airport. This symbol here, as I explained in an earlier lesson, is the TH sound when it's pronounced with the voice. Th. This symbol is and then we have M. Them. Them. Tell them to wait for me at the airport. But when we are speaking with reduced forms, we often drop the TH sound. The becomes the schwa sound, and we just say for them, When this is combined with tell, we just say tell 'em. Tell 'em. Tell 'em to wait for me at the airport. Okay, repeat. Tell 'em to wait for me at the airport. Tell 'em to wait for me at the airport. Tell 'em to wait for me at the airport. Okay, now let's look at the word his. What's his name? Repeat. What's his name? In IPA format, it looks like this. However, in reduced form, we don't pronounce the H. We just say is. When that's combined with what's, we say, what's his name? What's his name? Repeat. What's his name? What's his name? Now let's look at this word, our. Our. We have the sentence, it's our car. Repeat. It's our car. It's our car. In IPA format, our looks like this. Our. It's our car. But in reduced form, we don't say our. We reduce it to our. And we say, it's our car. It's our car. So repeat after me. It's our car. It's our car. It's our car. Now let's look at some miscellaneous words that just don't seem to fall under any particular category. But we're going to begin with the word than. Than. And we have a sentence here, my house is bigger than yours. Repeat. My house is bigger than yours. My house is bigger than yours. Than uses this symbol for th, which is voiced, so it sounds like th. This symbol sounds like a, and then we have the letter n, than. My house is bigger than yours. However, in reduced form, than becomes un. The schwa, which sounds like and the letter n. Un. My house is bigger than yours. My house is bigger than yours. Repeat. My house is bigger than yours. My house is bigger than yours. My house is bigger than yours. Now let's look at the words kind of. We have the sentence, I don't like this kind of movie. Repeat. I don't like this kind of movie. I don't like this kind of movie. In IPA, we have the letter K to sound like K. The A and the capital I give the sound I, and then we have ND. The upside down V, if you remember, sounds like and then we have the letter V to make of, kind of. I don't like this kind of movie. However, in reduced form, we don't pronounce the V at the end of. We just use the schwa sound, Kind remains the same, but we blend the sounds together to produce kinda. I don't like this kinda movie. Repeat. I don't like this kinda movie. I don't like this kinda movie. Now let's look at sort of. Sort of. We have the sentence, this is the sort of music I like. Repeat. This is the sort of music I like. In IPA, the sounds look like this, sort of, sort of. But in reduced form, we drop the V sound at the end of, and we say sorta, sorta. This is the sort of music I like. This is the sort of music I like. And if you notice, the T sound even sounds more like the D sound, like in dog, D. This is the sort of music I like. Up until now, I've been presenting the words that get reduced in our daily speech one at a time because I want us to focus on just one word or one set of words because it makes learning easier that way. However, in everyday speech, when we're talking, often within a single sentence, we will reduce more than one word or more than one set of words. And I want to show you in this lesson how we can combine multiple words and reduce them in a single sentence. For example, in this sentence, what am I going to do today? What am I going to do today? There are two sets of words, am and going to, and these are often combined and reduced in the same sentence. So instead of saying, what am I going to do today, we might say, what am I going to do today? What am becomes whatam, and going to becomes gonna, and together in the same sentence we say, what am I gonna do today? So let's practice. Repeat after me. What am I gonna do today? And faster. What am I gonna do today? Okay, let's look at this sentence. I want to tell her we could have gone fishing. I want to tell her we could have gone fishing. There are three sets of words here that we can reduce. Want to, her, and could have. And when we reduce all of these in this sentence, it sounds like, I want to tell her we could have gone fishing. Want to becomes wanna, and tell her is tell her. Could have, coulda. And all together, I want to tell her we could have gone fishing. Okay, repeat after me. I want to tell her we could have gone fishing. I want to tell her we could have gone fishing. And faster. I want to tell her we could have gone fishing. Okay, let's look at this next sentence. What are you doing? What are you doing? When we are reducing words, we often will reduce are and you. And instead of saying are you, we combine it with what, and we say, what are you doing? What are becomes whata, whata. You becomes ya, ya. And together, what are you doing? Okay, repeat. What are you doing? What are you doing? And notice that the T is often pronounced like a D also. It's a soft T. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, in our next sentence we have, what is he going to talk about? What is he going to talk about? We can reduce the words is and going to. And together, when we reduce these, we are also combining the word what, and so we say, what is he going to talk about? What is he? For what is he? What is he? And going to becomes gonna. What is he gonna talk about? Okay, repeat. What is he gonna talk about? What is he gonna talk about? Okay, in our next sentence, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? In this sentence, we can reduce the words do, you, want to. All three of these can be reduced. And so when we reduce what do you want to do, we can say, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? We combine what and do to make whatta. You becomes ya. Want to becomes wanna. And we say, what do you want to do? It's very quick and easy to speak like that. So repeat after me. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Congratulations on finishing the course. I hope it was not only educational for you, but enjoyable as well. This course will have continuous updates, so if you have any suggestions for improvements, I would certainly like to hear about them. And if you enjoyed this course, please leave a review. Reviews are very important for both instructors and students. I always strive to give my students the best learning experience possible, so do communicate with me about anything you would like to see in a future update. Thank you so much for taking this course, and I hope to have you in another class soon.